You're listening to Bowl Game Radio with Bruce Binkowski and Mark Neville on San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
And welcome back, everybody, to segment number 2 here for Bowl Game Radio on the mighty 1090 and the San Diego Bowl Game Media Network. A reminder that Bowl Game Radio is brought to you in part by National University. National University, accommodate your busy schedule, your life, your university, National University. And MJE Marketing, creative, connected, and always curious. Visit mjemarketing.com.
And we're talking 2 of San Diego's great college football bowl games, the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl, Thursday, December the 26th, 6:30 p.m. kickoff. At Qualcomm Stadium. Just go to poinsettiabowl.com to order your tickets, or go down to Window B at Qualcomm Stadium Monday through Friday to pick up your tickets. And then the National University Holiday Bowl is on Monday, December the 30th, Texas Tech and Arizona State. And that one, 7:15 p.m. kickoff. Again, Window B at Qualcomm Stadium, or go to holidaybowl.com. And I was remiss in the Poinsettia. It's Northern Illinois against Utah State. So we got 2 great college football games coming up in just a few days.
Well, let's talk a little bit about those games here, Bruce. And why don't we first talk about the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl. We're very pleased to be joining us, a true expert in the field of sports and college football, the coach, John Kentera. Coach, welcome to the program with Bruce and Mark.
Gentlemen, a real pleasure to be on with you. I sure you guys are in charge, because once again, you guys have pulled off a miracle.
Well, there's not too many bowls that can say they have a 12-win team, as we do with the Poinsettia with Northern Illinois, and a division winner against Utah State, a division winner in the Mountain West with an 8-5 record. So, Coach, let's start with that game. Northern Illinois, there's a lot of talk about this kid who came out of nowhere to be a Heisman Trophy candidate and finished third in the balloting Jordan Lynch. What do you think of this quarterback for the Northern Illinois?
Well, he's got an opportunity to set a record that really nobody's ever done. He'd be the first player in NCAA history, Bink, if he can rush for 119 yards. That would put him over 2,000 for the year. He's already thrown for over 2,000, so he'd become the first player ever in college football history at the Division I level to rush for 2,000 yards and pass for 2,000 yards in a single season. That's quite an accomplishment.
Boy, that is an amazing accomplishment, and certainly they're going to be looking to do that on December the 26th at Qualcomm Stadium. All right, now let's look at the Mountain West side for a second, since we're talking offense. Utah State has a great defense, and they seem to be renowned for their defense. I guess if you were to pit any team against Northern Illinois, what Utah State did against Fresno State in the Mountain West Championship game could make this a great contest.
Well, they play good defense, and, they've really done a nice job. In fact, getting to your bowl game this year, that's their 3rd straight year they've gone to a bowl, which is a school record. And, they play tough defense. Offensively, I think anybody that followed the Mountain West Conference kind of figured their season was over when they lost their really good quarterback, Chucky Keaton. They were struggling along. They were 3-4 at one point, but they've really rallied and put together a very nice 8-5 year. They went 7-1 in the Mountain West Conference. And what's interesting, their freshman quarterback, and I know there's some question whether or not he's going to play. He took a helmet-to-helmet hit in that Fresno State game, but freshman Daryl Garrettson, he took over for Keaton and completed 60% of his passes for 1,325 yards, 9 touchdowns, threw 5 interceptions. But here's a guy that, wasn't expected to play at all this year and really rallied the troops. And he's got a great story. And Bink and Mark, you guys are big sports fans. You'll remember his grandfather, Daryl Garrettson. He's deceased now, but he had a great career, one of the great NBA officials of all time. And his father, Rick Garrettson, was a wide receiver at San Diego State in the late 70s.
I met Daryl Garrettson, the NBA referee, many times in the early 70s. He was one of the best NBA officials, I think, in the history of the NBA. So I'm sure he would have been very proud to see his grandson having such a successful, true freshman year.
No question about that. Now, if he's unable to go, they're going to go with a junior quarterback by the name of Craig Harrison, who's actually played in 7 games this year, so he does have a little bit of experience. But, again, they're still hoping that Garrettson can make that start.
Utah State, their defense has really got them to where they are now. They faced Carr in the Mountain West Championship game, which wasn't an easy task. Now they're going up against Jordan Lynch. Do you think this defense has the opportunity to really shut them down at all?
Well, I think anytime you're having to go against the option, you really don't see that a whole lot in the Mountain West Conference. They got a good football team up there, and they got a first-year head coach who took over for their coach that took the job at Wisconsin. So they didn't really change a lot, I don't think, and I think they'll be pretty well prepared. And again, you've got extra time to prepare when you're getting into bowl season, so they should be pretty well prepared.
All right, Coach, so not to put you on the spot, but we're talking about the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl here. What do you think the outcome will be?
I think Lynch will probably be the difference. I'm just not sure. I think Utah State will put some points on the board. I think their defense will play well, but I see Northern Illinois winning this game.
So the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl, Thursday, December the 26th, day after Christmas. So if you're looking for something to do with the family, come on down to Qualcomm Stadium. And by the way, we have the family 4-pack available there, 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and a game program for just $170. So just go to poinsettiabowl.com or stop by Window B, Qualcomm Stadium, Monday through Friday between 9 and 5, and pick up your tickets for the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl. Now, moving on, 4 nights to December 30th, the National University Holiday Bowl.
Yeah, so this one is an exciting matchup. We got Arizona State, 10-3, just came up a little bit short against Stanford there in the Pac-12 championship game. Against Texas Tech, 7-5. They started the season hot, 7-0. Had a tough second half of the season there, dropping the last 5 games. Coach, what do you think happened there? Why is it that Texas Tech was so hot and then they cooled off a little bit?
Well, I think they got young quarterbacks that are number one, and I think you look at their schedule, it got progressively tougher as the season went on. Guys, I'm a Pac-12 guy. I actually had my second cousin was for many years worked under Frank Kush at Arizona State, Larry Kentera, defensive back coach, defensive coordinator. But I also, way back when, used to coach baseball at Texas Tech University, and my office was actually in Jones Stadium, the football stadium that the Red Raiders play in. So, I'm kind of mixed on this one, but I think we got 2 good teams. I think Texas Tech will be ready. Now, I think both these teams actually may have some distractions here leading up to kickoff. I think Todd Graham, the head coach, who just signed a long-term extension, I think you're going to probably see his name mentioned here a little bit with the Texas job, because Steve Patterson, the former Arizona State athletic director who hired him, is now in place at Texas as the AD. And I don't think he's probably 1, 2, or 3, but it wouldn't surprise me if his name circulates prior to kickoff of the ball game. And then Texas Tech, on the other hand, yesterday, Sonny Cumbie, their quarterback coach, and a guy that starred a number of years ago in the Holiday Bowl when they knocked off Cal, he has been working with Cliff Kingsbury, and he yesterday accepted the co-offensive coordinator job with Gary Patterson down at TCU. So I think both these teams may have a few distractions coming in.
I got to tell you, the Sonny Cumbie leaving Texas Tech really disappointed Mark Neville, because in the 2004 Holiday, he threw for
amazing, 520 yards.
Yeah, and we really wanted to talk to him, so
we'll have to wait.
Now
for
we'll have to wait
another
day.
He will be in our Hall of Fame.
Now, yes, he will. Now, here's an interesting stat, Coach. Of the 4 coaches in our 2 games, 3 of them, Matt Wells at Utah State, Cliff Kingsbury at Texas Tech, and at Northern Illinois, Rod Carey, are all first-year coaches, first-year head coaches. Todd Graham is the only one who has been a head coach for more than 1 year. So you have 3 rookie coaches in our 2 bowl games.
And Todd Graham, of course, has been a head coach, but only in the second year at Arizona State, and had a good run. That's really that's great. And I think when athletic directors see, hey, a guy can come in and 1 year turn it around, that tells you a couple of things, that maybe the other staff didn't utilize their personnel properly, and maybe that coach, if he got in there quick enough, was able to do a good job recruiting and put a good staff together. I mean, it's all got to come together, but really, I think the Arizona State-Texas Tech game will be, very good. I know Arizona State, disappointed they weren't able to win the conference championship game. And Texas Tech, I got to tell you, the people down in Lubbock, they're fantastic. I haven't lived there with my family back in the mid-'80s. They're great people. And anytime they can get to a ball game, they're going to definitely support the Red Raiders.
So let's talk about your team a little bit more here, Coach, with Texas Tech. And now I see them putting points on the board, no question about it. I also see Arizona State putting a lot of points up on the board. Is the Arizona State's defense going to be such that Texas Tech is just not going to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown?
No, that very well could be the case. I mean, you look at the Red Raiders are averaging 35.7 per game. I look at Arizona State; they're averaging 41 a game, and there's no doubt their defense is better. They're giving up just under 26. And the guy that's really, I think, kind of come out of nowhere this year is the junior quarterback there at Arizona State, Taylor Kelly. I mean, 28 touchdown passes. He's thrown 11 picks. I guess the worrisome thing for the Sun Devils would be he's been sacked 36 times. The Red Raiders take a lot of chances on defense because they just can't play teams straight up. They've got to blitz. They've got to try to be creative, and they're going to put the Arizona State wide receivers in a lot of one-on-one situations. And if they can get to the quarterback, they're going to have some success. But if they can't get to Kelly, it could be a long night for the boys from the Big 12.
This is Bruce Binkowski along with Mark Neville on Bowl Game Radio. I just realized something. We're interviewing John Kentera, the coach who normally interviews people, so this got to be a little strange for you, Coach, to be on the other side of the microphone.
It's kind of fun, Bink. It makes you sound like I know what I'm talking about.
It stresses us out, though, because we feel like we have to perform.
Yeah. Now,
you guys are doing a fine job.
All right. Now, listen, we've done some research, and Cliff Kingsbury, the coach of Texas Tech, remarkably looks a lot like Ryan Gosling, the actor. I mean, you put pictures of these two side by side, and they could be twins. And this is a big deal to especially the women in our office.
That is true.
Yeah,
the women are excited to meet Coach Kingsbury. That's for sure. I have another one.
He's a guy on the cutting edge. I don't know if a lot of the people have seen Texas Tech play, but I want to say Cliff's about 34 years of age.
Yep.
Real good-looking guy. Dresses real nice. Has the fancy sunglasses. I mean, He's quite a guy, and I've never met him personally. I remember when he was firing balls all over the field and putting up great stats there at Texas Tech. And the people down in Lubbock are really fired up about having him. They're not fired up that they melded on the way down the stretch, but another opportunity. Hey, your first year as a head coach in Division I football, an opportunity to win an 8th game and do it on national TV and in one of the most prestigious bowl games in America. Hey, they got a lot to play for.
I, by the way, have a look-alike for the coach on the other sideline. So Coach Graham from Arizona State. If you look this up, Google it, and put these two pictures side by side, you will see it. So you got Coach Todd Graham and a young Pete Rose.
Ooh,
yeah, check it out. It is a good one. It is a good one.
So, Coach,
I'm going to ask you guys something about Coach Graham. He always wears wristbands on the sidelines. You notice that?
Wristbands? No, I did not notice that.
The times I've seen him, he wears wristbands, and I don't think he has plays diagrams on it, but he wore wristbands, kind of like Dusty Baker does in baseball. I just wonder if these guys think they're still going to come out on the field and play when they're wearing wristbands.
We are going to find out. The coach will be here tomorrow for a press conference. That'll be the main question we'll ask him tomorrow night. So, Coach, not to put you on the spot, but I think we're going to try and put you anyway. If you had to make a choice, Texas Tech, Arizona State, who do you think is going to win this one?
But I think if Arizona State comes in with the right mindset, I think they win this football game. I think they've got too many athletes on both sides of the ball, and a guy to watch for the fans that are coming out. Watch Will Sutton, the big defensive tackle from Arizona State. He's a 2-time Pat Tillman Defensive Player of the Year in the Pac-12 and one of the more prestigious defensive linemen in America. I saw he just made the USA Today first-team All-American.
So the National University Holiday Bowl, Arizona State, Texas Tech, Monday, December 30th at Qualcomm Stadium, 7:15 p.m. kickoff. All the pregame festivities start around 6:45. Marching bands, fireworks, great college football. Tickets are on sale. Go to holidaybowl.com or stop by window B, as in Binkowski, at Qualcomm Stadium.
And Coach John Kentera, thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate your support through the years, that's for sure.
I never miss either one of those bowl games. I'm so happy that I live in this city, and I'm very happy that you guys are in charge of getting those teams in these games.
Thanks, John. John Kentera, the coach, and you can listen to him every day right here on the Mighty 1090. You're listening to Bowl Game Radio on the San Diego Bowl Game Media Network.